What's up, everybody? Hopefully you can hear me. I was just setting up the live, and sometimes it just goes live before I'm ready. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Be Real from Be Real 420. It's time for an afternoon live. I haven't been live in a few days. And guys, I'll make sure and post in the comments section. I just recently posted a Crypto Cherries review. Hopefully you guys saw that. But thank you so much for joining me today. And I'm going to go make sure is my microphone working? Testing, testing. I recently started using a little microphone. What's up, John? Can you guys hear me really good? Let me know if you can hear me. What's up, Jeffrey Barksdale? Thank you so much for joining me on my live. By the way, I was unaware that my homeboy, my hermano, my friend, Space was already live. So make sure you go check out him as well, because I always like to catch up with him. He always has really fire lives. In fact, he's motivated me to do similar things, and I've learned from a lot of different content creators, including him. He actually helped me learn how to pack and roll a good cone because, as a lot of you guys know, I am not a victim of anything, but I did have a stroke. And so the right side of my body does not work as good as the left side of my body does. So I'm not able to roll as good as I would like. So to compensate for that, I can just make cones and I pack them and they work really, really good. I got a nice glass tip on here. I got the rip tip courtesy of J Bros 420. But today, guys, we're looking at some Shop Hello Mary stuff. Now, this is the GMO rosin. I got this last month in last month's box, and I never did get around to reviewing it, and I apologize. But guys, before I go any further, I just want to say my name is Be Real from Be Real 420, and this is my channel where I discuss anything and everything that's 420 related. So if that's the type of content that you're into, make sure you like, comment, and of course subscribe. Have your notifications on so you don't miss my lives. I do multiple lives a week and I do a couple of review videos a week as well. So you get a combination of both. But make sure you guys hit that like button. And I just want to remind you, this is for adults that are over the age of 21. I'm not encouraging the sale of anything. This is just for education and entertainment purposes only. This is my journey as I look for the best 420 products on the market for the best deal. And so far, I think I've been finding some good stuff. Just don't recreate anything that you see on this channel and just follow your local laws and jurisdiction. It'll be all right. So, bye. Guys, can you guys hear me pretty good? Is the microphone working? Leave a comment and let me know the microphone is working. And also, I want to give a shout out to everybody that's on the replay squad. I see you. Thank you. Make sure you also hit that like button. All right. All right. So, guys, in case you noticed, I just did a review, a few days ago. I'm sorry, my hands start shaking every time I do a video. I don't know why. But I'm just so excited to see you guys. But yeah, I did a review on some Crypto Cherries. Now, that M on that package stands for mediums. And so, Shop Hill Mary, they sell the large buds for the full price, around like what, 229 an ounce for the full price. And then they have like the micros or the smalls, which are premium buds, and those are like anywhere from 99 to 115. But recently they started offering premium mediums, so you can get those medium, larger size buds that everybody likes, but you get it for a lot less. I think this was like 129 on their website. But don't forget, you can use code BeReal to save 10%. And don't forget about that. Also, guys, we are less than 10 subscribers away from the 500 subscription giveaway. Less than 10 right now, guys. I'm so excited. Thank you so much. Also, if you use code BeReal at any of the vendors that I have a code with, and you can check my bio to see which ones I do. There's about 7 or 8 of them right now. If you use my code at any of them, you get one extra entry in the giveaway. So you get 2 guesses in one of the giveaways instead of just 1 guess. So it gives you a better chance of winning. And so the way you're going to be able to do that is you must email me. You must email me that order number and the company that you bought it from. And that way I can cross-reference it. Okay? Awesome. So without further ado, we're going to look at some GMO live rosin. This came from Shop Hello Mary. This is 1 gram of some THCA. live rosin. Let's go ahead and open it up. And if I have a moderator in the chat, when you get a chance, if you go ahead and post my Crypto Cherries link video that I recently reviewed in the comments section, if there's a moderator in the chat. Thank you so much, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. Ooh, that's some nice packaging right there. THCA, cold cured. GMO is the strain, guys. If you've ever had GMO, you know what this is. This is going to be like a really gassy, onion, garlicky. You know, a lot of those gassy strains, especially like OG strains, will have like a garlicky note, like even a little bit of an onion note. And that's what GMO is going to be like. I've had GMO several times. I've also reviewed GMO Z, which is crossed with the Skittles. So it gives you more of a creamy touch to it, a little bit more of a fruity, creamy taste, but this is just straight GMO. This is going to be live rosin, 1 gram of 70 to 149 U. So this is going to be considered what they call house rosin. Pretty good looking stuff. You can see through the bottom. It's not shaking, dude. I don't know why it does that, but every time I get on a video, my hand likes to shake. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at it. And I do have a cone packed of some Crypto Cherries. So if you have not already seen my review, Crypto Cherries is going to be a cross between Crypto Gelato and one of my favorite strains to cross with, which is going to be Cherry Diesel. And in fact, we're going to look at that flower again. Let me just cut this open real quick. It's got a really thick sticker on the packaging of this jar, so I'm using my thumbnail to try to cut through it. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at some GMO cold cured live rosin. This is only 1 gram, but it sure looks like a lot more, don't it? Man, that's nice. That's really terpy looking, isn't it? You can see the terps pulling up inside the middle of it there. Let me go in for a nosedive. Here we go. So again, hey guys, can you guys hear me right now? Leave a comment that you can hear me, okay? Yeah, it does look great, doesn't it? So I am smelling that famous GMO, that garlic, onion, gassy note. It's really nice. You know, these actually pair really good with like OG, like the 818 OG. This pairs really good with 818 OG, which is one of their most famous. It's one of their flagship strains. And 818 OG, what's up, Joe? Hello. Can you guys hear me pretty good? Leave a comment that you can hear me pretty good. So yeah, this is very similar to the note that you're gonna smell on the 818 OG. It's got like a garlic, onion, gassy note, and so does the bolo runs. And everybody says they can hear me. What's up, Fold'em? Shout out to Fold'em. Joe says, cheers, be real and all. Sounding good. And John says, hey, Fold'em. So I'm just giving a shout out to everybody that's in the live right now. So in case you're watching this at a later time, yeah, absolutely hit that like button. If you're watching this at a later time, maybe it's because you didn't have your notifications on, or maybe just because you were busy. But if it's because your notifications weren't on, well, you're missing out on all the fun and hanging out with the gang because we're all here together having a good time. So don't miss out on the next one. Yeah, let me go in for another nosedive. Oh yeah, man, that's super gassic, super garlic, onion, gassy, definitely. All right, so next I'm going to be using my Phaser 2 Max from Yokan Black. I did recently clean it. That glass just needs another cleaning. It always gets dirty right there. I just can't ever get that to stay clean. But I did have it nice and clean for you guys, so we're going to take a look and use this device today. Let me go ahead and try to get it down a little bit. I don't know if I have it too far down already. Yeah, there we go. What's up? We got Ruben Walls. What's up, Ruben? Thank you for joining me on my live. We're about to take a dab at some GMO rosin from Shop Hill Mary. This is THCA live rosin. That's how I'm able to get it directly in the mail. and I'm using my Phaser 2 Max from Yokan Black. Both of them have a code where you can save 30% or 10%. 10% for the GMO and 30% on the Yokan devices, so check them out if that's something you're into. Let me go ahead and grab a hot knife. And I also grabbed the flour because I'm going to give you guys a good look at the flour as we're dabbing too. All right, let's take a look at the GMO rosin. Man, this is a nice gram. I think they hooked it up. I think they gave me 2 grams on accident. I don't know. Oh, it's got some nice texture to it. Real nice. All right, dude, my hand just keeps shaking. It wasn't shaking all day, and now it shakes. All right, we're taking a dab. Oh yeah, I'm getting that garlic, onion, gassy notes off the hot knife. Get some cushy notes as well. Chateau Mary. And if I'm not mistaken, they sell these for either $39.99 a G, or I believe some of them you can get like 2 Gs for like 76 or 77. And that's before the code, by the way. So that's not a bad deal. What's up, Sticky Icky Icky? Welcome to the live. Make sure you guys hit that like button. All right, what temperature do we have it set to? I got no water in it. I don't really feel like I need water on this one. Holden says, peace. Yeah, we'll start with 440 for the flavor. We can bump it up for bigger clouds after that. Let's do a warm up. And guys, don't forget to sip before you rip. In fact, I need to do that. I'll probably do it right after this dab, actually, so we don't miss out on the dab. Here we go. Taking a long time to warm up. Cheers, guys. So right away, I'm able to tell a difference between the regular GMO and the GMO Z. This is more of like an OG flavor, more garlic, onion, and gassy, and less sweet and less creamy. While the GMO Z had more of a creamy and cushy note to it, like a sweet, creamy note. And this one's more of like an OG kush. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, so let's do the little Q-tip test. Yeah, it's pretty dark, but this is the basic. And Psychotic's about to put his order in. Don't forget to use code BeReal, 10%. And then make sure you email me so that you get that extra entry. Because we're less than 10 subscribers away. We're going to go back to the Avondale and we're going to go to their greenhouse or their smoke shop. We're going to do a segment and we're going to go live and we're going to do a bunch of giveaways when we do this. It might be next weekend for all we know. So guys, make sure you're subscribed. Okay, so I'm feeling effects on that right away. Real nice and creamy. Let's go ahead and take another dab and then I'm going to show you guys the flour. I'm going to bump it up to 444 this time. Not much, but a little bit more. And guys, can you hear the music in the background? Sunfish for fish. Hot dab. Cheers, y'all. Maybe a warm dab. But you know what? The flavor's there. You know, there's a lot of people that will sacrifice for a little bit of pain for some flavor. You know, a good example of that would be some like live resin, maybe some sugar live resin. Sometimes that can be a little bit harsh on the throat, but the flavor is amazing. You know what I mean? Well, I'm going to do it with a dry dab. I'm going to do a big one this time. This is probably bigger than it should be, honestly, for the yolk can, but I'm going to bump it up to 450 instead of 444. It'll vaporize rather quickly. You see what I'm saying? Let's get that up in there. And guys, don't forget to hit the like button. All right, here we go. Let's take another dab. Let's bump it up to 450 this time. We're going to get bigger clouds. And we got a big dab in there. Cheers, guys. Dry dab, too. We're going for the flavor, guys. Oh, yeah. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Cheers, guys. Here we go. I was taking a little bit longer to warm up. Now, here we go. Cheers. Oh, yeah. Way bigger clouds. Hmm. I'm starting to taste a little bit more spice. On the back end, I get a little bit more spice. Yeah, this is definitely more of like an OG flavor compared to the GMOZ, which has more of a creamy Skittles aftertaste. Still very, very good for you OG lovers. This is probably for you. You know what I mean? All right, all right. Guys, I'm feeling it pretty good right now. I know you probably want to take a look at the flower. Let's do a little smoke sesh. Hmm. And of course, drink some water. All right, I feel way better now. Yo, whoa, John says, "Hey, Joe." All right, guys. Now for the fun part of smoking. For you non-dabbers out there that enjoy smoking, or just like really seeing something lit up, let's light it up. Before I light it up, let me show you what the flower looks like again. So this is going to be the medium premiums. So a lot of people buy the smalls. This is going to be the same quality, just bigger nugs for about $15 more. I've got it in a different company's jar, but look at the quality and look at the size, right? Hold'em says #1 on YouTube. How goes it? Joe is has over 1,000 subscribers, and he talks about like pop and I mean punk and rock music, and just about culture, and he likes to smoke J's on his channel. So if that's what you're into, go subscribe to my friend Joe. Yeah, let's take a look at some of the flower. Now they come in different sizes. You got some that are a little bit on the smaller size like this. And this is considered a medium, right? And then you got them, dude, why does my hand keep shaking? And I think it's just because of the way I'm sitting. Like I'm kind of like crouched in this chair a little bit. And then you got some that are like a little bit bigger. Let me see if I find some bigger ones. I smoked some of the bigger ones already, probably. Yeah, but they're just nice and thick. Like this is way bigger than the micros, yo. You feel me? Way bigger than the micros. Look at the purples and the orange hairs on this. It's got nice keef. It's got a lot of keef. Look at the sugar crystals on the inside. Lime green. That's right. If I don't have you as an admin now, I'm going to add you when I get off this live, Joe, so that you can add your link, okay? But man, this is nice and crystalled out. So this is going to be a cross between crypto gelato, you know, the same family with the crypto chronic. It's going to be crypto gelato crossed with the cherry pie. Yeah. So cherry pie has a very herbal and earthy note. And Jay Gross says it's probably anxiety that's causing your hands to shake. Mine do the same thing. Yeah, it does that, man. I think I just get anxious and excited about talking with you and hanging out with you guys. And you know, I want it to be great. And Scott says that flower is sexy. Heck yeah, you want another look at that. So go check out my review. I just posted a review on this a couple days ago. So go check that out. I like how they created a medium, he says. Let me Oh wait, I can add you as a moderator. Hold on a second. I like how they created a medium level to basically throw out a budgeted large of their stock with promise. Exactly. Add as a moderator. There we go. I think I just did it. There you go, Joe. You're a moderator. You can now add your link to the chat. We got plants and boxes in the building. Hey, hey. I just hit the like because I was so excited. Yes, sir. It's therapy, says Fold'em. Joe says cool. Hobo, what's up? That looks really, really good. Awesome. Well, thanks to my friend Jay Groves, I've got a really cool glass tip right here called the Rip Tip. And it's got perfect airflow. And this is the extendo, so you can get one that's a little bit shorter, like to the end of my finger. And then, sorry, I got a little bit of ash on my finger. But this one's the extendo one, and I like the 11 millimeter, but they come in different sizes. So you don't have to get the 11 millimeter. But yeah, I've got a little over a gram, probably about a gram and a half packed up. So let's go ahead and light it up, and we can go into a little bit more detail on the crypto cherries. Cheers. Got to find a lighter now. I got a bunch of them, but I want my torch lighter. Well, maybe not. Maybe we're just going to go with a regular Chapelle Mary lighter, because this is some Chapelle Mary flower. Glass tip is class, and the flavor is amazing. Dude, I don't want to go back now. All right, cheers, guys. Let's go ahead and get the paper lid off of it. Cheers, guys. All right, here we go. Nice resin ring already. And that's what I love about these rip tips is the airflow is perfect for J's, bro. Shout out to Jay Groves. And also shout out to Chapelle Lemary for providing this flower and the rosin for me to be able to sesh on. So guys, make sure you guys are subscribed to Chapelle Lemary and check them out on IG. Yeah, maybe if I stand up for a second, my hands will stop shaking. It was doing that while I was packing the J too. I was like, what's going on? Maybe I had too much caffeine today. I don't know. All right, so this is really nice. You're really getting that gelato taste from the Crypto Gelato. The real nice gassy notes and the creamy gassy and herbal notes, as well as the earthy and herbal notes that you get from the cherry pie. If you guys notice, a lot of stuff is like pie, guava pie, cherry pie, strawberry pie. Uh, what my buddy Space just did a review on Georgia pie. Georgia, Georgia. So yo, this is fire. Look at the ash on that. Tell me that's not nice. So Jay Gross basically says the same thing that I say all the time. I don't like cherry pie by itself. It's kind of underwhelming in itself. It's got an earthy and herbal note, which is great. However, it is a great strain to cross with because when you cross it with cherry pie, you get amazing, nice, fruity, herbal, earthy strains. It makes them like super strains. Like one of my favorite, which is what's that jar that has the flower in it right now? Sour cherry diesel is one of my favorite strains, and it's crossed with cherry pie and sour diesel. So, it's one of my favorite strains to cross with, but I do find that cherry pie is a little bit underwhelming in itself. And Plants in Boxes, she likes chopped cherries. That's her favorite. Yeah, Jake Rose agrees. It's a great combo. All right. So I'm getting a lot of flavor from this. Like I said, I'm getting the cherry notes. The cherry is coming as a tart and sweet note. But I'm also getting the gassy notes from the Crypto Gelato, but I'm also getting the earthy and herbal notes from the cherry pie. So that's the combination that I get from this strain. Jay Rose likes, what do you say about forbidden fruit? Let me go back and check what you just said, my buddy. I'm sorry. Forbidden fruit as well, but I know some people really don't like forbidden fruit. Yeah, some people don't. Some people do. You can't please everybody. Actually, you can. You just provide a lot of different options, right? Which, by the way, Jay Rose does a great job of doing. Everybody has a different taste. Like, I'm not a big fan of jealousy, but a lot of people like it. It's a nice resin ring, nice flavor. There are other strains that I like better than this one, but this one's nice. So I'm not going to judge it on the taste because it's got good flavor. It's all about preference. If I went by preference, I would give this like an 8 out of 10 for flavor. But as far as effects, I would give it like an 8.5 out of 10, as I would give most of Shop Hello Mary's good ones. The most I would give any of Shop Hello Mary's flour would be a 9 out of 10, because it's really hard to give a 10 out of 10, guys. That only happens every now and then, you know. Like I would say for me, even like Blueprint, which was a cannabis company, I reviewed one of their strains. I would say that's like a 9.5, and that's probably one of the best strains I ever reviewed. So this is like an 8.5 for me overall. Good flavor, good effects, solid, nice solid buds. You're getting nice size buds. They're super keeped out, nice crystals. And Jay Gross says, yeah, Blueprint is top tier for not ridiculous prices. And I don't know. I was actually gifted my by Space City himself. Again, shout out to Space City. He gifted that to me last summer, and I was able to take it home and review it. So, by the way, go check out that review. hmm But right now, this is a yeah. I would give this about an 8 out of 10 for effects as well. So yeah, real solid for 129 before codes, before tax and all that. That's not bad for an O. That's not bad. If you're basing it off of how much they charge for their bigs, it's like $100 less an ounce. So that's pretty good. All right, let's check out what the comments are saying. So Jay Gross says Blueprint will be like 50 an eighth, and it's better than Elephant's Growth OG, which is like 100 plus an eighth, and I'm a big OG head. Yeah, man, that's awesome. Hit that like button on your way in or out, guys. If you're just stopping in for a second, just hit the like button. And if you guys want to, you can also share this. I like to take the glass and bring it all the way inside the paper. It gives me more to hold on to. I know it takes a little bit from the space, but honestly, I like holding it like that. And it makes it a little bit more solid. It gives it more of a backbone inside the J. So that's my way of doing things. And you can still see that it's got a nice yellow swirl line through it. It says rip tip. Sorry, let me go change that. There's a commercial on. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. So P90 is his favorite from Blueprint, says Jay Groves. It smoked a lot of Blueprint for a long time. Great company. Yeah, I've only tried one strain. I think I tried two strains. I got to try one while I was there in Texas, and then I got to take one home with me. So, guys, I reviewed the Woogity. So, right now, I'm starting to get real chatty. My eyes are dilated. The light is starting to change. I've got a nice resin ring, nice, almost white ash. It's getting there. Not quite, but that's okay. You can tell that this is quality by looking at the flower. If you want to take a closer look at the flower again, go check out the video. I just posted it, I believe, yesterday morning. So make sure you go check that out. Heck yeah. Hmm. And Johnny, welcome, Johnny. He says, "Sup, be real. I just got here. What's the verdict on the Crypto Cherries?" So I give this about an 8 out of 10 overall because it's got good effects, good flavor. There's nothing wrong with it. It's bigger than the micros and the smalls for like $15 more, and it's $100 less than the bigs. So as far as the deal, it's a good deal. And as far as the quality, this particular strain is pretty good. I give it about an 8 out of 10. It's all about preference. There's some that I like a little bit more as far as flavor. So there's other strains I like more for flavor, but and effects, but just barely. You know what I'm saying? So like I like the Bolo runts and stuff the most. There's other strains that I like a little bit more. But you know, this one's great. This is like an 8 out of 10. So this is definitely up there. I love anything that's crossed, well, not anything, but I like a lot of strains that are crossed with cherry pie, which this is crossed with cherry pie. And the Crypto Chronic is the other cross, and not Chronic, but Crypto Gelato. So you really get the gelato taste. So if you're into gelato, you're going to taste the gelato, and you're also going to taste the fruity, earthy, and herbal notes from the cherry pie. And Jay Gross says, I don't know if you're gamers, but Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered came out. It's awesome. Johnny says, good info, much appreciated. I'm also a fan of the cherry pie. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I love, what is it, cherry diesel? I think it's either sour cherry diesel or just cherry diesel. In fact, that's what this one was. Shoot, let me see, where's the lid? What did I do with the lid? Yeah. Huh. Dude, I'm high, y'all. What did I do with the lid? I don't know. I just had it. It's probably sitting here somewhere. Oh, right here. Yep. So this is called Royal Cherry Diesel. Okay, Royal Cherry Diesel. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on it so I don't lose it. But yeah, Royal Cherry Diesel. I think it's also called Sour Cherry Diesel. Um, but but yeah, that's a cross between sour diesel and cherry pie. So, and let's take another look at that. Yeah. In fact, I'm good on the J. We can take another dab of the GMO if you want. But yeah, man, that's good stuff, yo. So, I mean, for the price, it's not bad. It's way cheaper than the bigs. Heck yeah, man. So, yeah, the verdict is about an 8 out of 10 on the Crypto Cherries. The GMO, man, the GMO is everything you want a GMO to be. The flavor's there. This is not going to be the top tier flavor. Like, you're not getting like 90 to 120 U flavor off of this, but this is definitely nice and terpy for a 70 to 149 U, just like all their other house strains, right? This one's got that kind of terps. But this is everything that you expect in a GMO, and it looks perfect for the price. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and take one more dab of this, and then we're going to call it a day. Make sure you also go check out my most recent review on the Crypto Cherries from Shop Hello Mary. And if you're interested in anything you see, you can use code BREAL to save 10%. Let's go ahead and grab an e-rig. All right. People hate on the 73U bag, but I think it collects most of the purest heads, depending on the strain, said Jay Groves. Let me make sure I read the whole thing, though. It goes away so quickly that I don't get a chance to read the whole thing. Depends on the strain, but dang, can some fire collect in that 73U? I'm not going to disagree with you on that, brother. Not going to disagree with you. I've had some really good rosins from Shop Hill Mary in that range, and like I love the rainbow berries. It tastes very similar to like bolo runts. I'm a big bolo runts fan. In case I've not mentioned that about 100 times. So, and that's probably a part of why it's always out of stock. We all love that good. All right, let's take one more dab. The only downfall about Yopan devices is the atomizer is a little bit smaller, so you can't take super huge dabs in this. But at the same time, it's a way smoother delivery system than like the bomb. You're not going to cough on it. It's got great flavor and it's like half the price of like a cheap Puffco. So I like the Yokan devices for that reason. I'm a big fan of their e-rigs. And most of you guys know that. That's just for anybody that might be stopping in for the first time. Let's go back down. That wasn't a big bad. Dude, I'm really slow right now. All right, cheers, guys. Let's get it. Exhausted. He says, hello, y'all. Hey, you made it just in time for the last dab, Exhausted. He says, hi, Jay Grows. John says, woo. And the parents are all Candy Crosses, Runts, LCG, and Gelato 33, right? So it's just, whoa. I love my candy, y'all. I love fruity, candy, and gassy. If I could have all three together, kind of like bowling runts, then I'm in heaven. Oh, it says hit. Why didn't y'all tell me it was ready? I love some grape gas too. Hmm. Hell yeah, man. Exhausted says, Jay, my grinder is stuck. Ooh, yeah, man. Hey, yo, I appreciate you guys stopping by today. What just happened? It just turned back on again. I really appreciate you guys stopping by today. Let me grab me a Q-tip and hanging out with me on my live. We were looking at some Crypto Cherries again. And, of course, we did a full live review on some GMO rosin. So go check out Shop Hello Mary, use code BeReal, subscribe, and stay tuned because we're almost to that 500 subscriber giveaway. I appreciate you. I'll see you guys. Oh, wait, I got to ask you would you cop this or would you pass? Leave a comment, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace. Cheers.